Sunday, the 14th of March. Welcome to another day of financial planning, generational wealth. And the answer is yes. The answer is yes. All of what is happening in our country and all over the world, it is happening, and yes, it has caused some adjustments, some readjusting. Some persons have lost their job. Some persons have lost their lives. Some persons are fighting. Some persons are preventing. But it does not stop progress. We can still be successful through proper planning and proper budgeting. And that's why I am here. My name is Shernette Clark. I am a financial advisor licensed by the FSC right here in the beautiful island of Jamaica, which allows me to help you to reach those financial goals through planning, life insurance, health insurance, retirement planning, investments, critical illness coverage insurance. So I also deal with income replacement, and we can categorize the insurance under personal insurance for individuals and families, and for business insurance for persons who are sole proprietors, whether you're in a partnership or persons who are in the corporations. So that is it in a nutshell. I have moved the space for those of you who are familiar with me on a Sunday 4 p.m. on Facebook. I have now take up my position on YouTube to present these presentations to make sure that other persons have access who are not accessible to my Facebook page and my Instagram page. So I'm going to be making sure at this point in time that I get some persons on. In terms of, if you know who they are, you can also tag them. I'm going to be just sending out the invite now. And guys, still I try to figure it out. Yeah. So now have to stay with me. So of course, every Sunday I have something to tell you basically about financial planning, and I just want to make sure that you all are doing great. Yes, we have forged some relationship here. There are some persons that have forged business relationship with, and some of those relationships are also friendship. So I just want to make sure, guys, that we are somewhat connecting some way, somehow, that it's not just about your finances, but your entire well-being. That is important where I am concerned. So I'm going to be making sure that let's make sure the volume is down, that I share this on Facebook now, if it's quite possible. Let me do that now. Yes. Happening now. All right, guys. So I hope you're topping up on your vitamin C and your water, your zinc. I have to be conscious of doing that now because, of course, you take it for granted that you're healthy. And sometimes we're not mindful. Wow, speaking about vitamin C, I start coughing. But want to make sure that all are doing well. Now, guys, I have some very fascinating and interesting news for you today. And I am so excited because I spent the last 2 weeks on the ground, not just promoting here on Facebook or Instagram, but I spent the last 2 weeks just reaching out to the fisher folks that I'm familiar with. And I've placed myself into a group that our farmers are located. They are the providers of us some meat and food and vegetables and fruits. And I'm happy that my company has taken the initiative, along with the government of Jamaica, to introduce AgriCare, which is specifically for our fisher folks and our farmers. If you have persons who are falls in that category in your family, in your association, in your community, you can let them know they can find me on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. And of course, my number can be provided. I think my number is available on all the platforms. But guys, this is an opportunity for them to get insured. I can tell you about an experience that I had recently in a bit. But let me tell you what the insurance covers. There are 6 suites of products that it offers. So you can choose all 6, or you can choose from that 6 what is the most important to you, or based on what you can afford. So the products that are offered is hospital care, primary care, comprehensive care, and that falls under the health insurance aspect. Then you have critical illness coverage insurance, group insurance, which is life insurance because it's a group now for the fisher folks and the farmers, and also personal accident. I am so excited about it. Between the 1st of March to the 31st of May 2021, no medical is required for that enrollment period. So outside of that, you're going to need a medical. So guys, it is very important that you get on board now. The premiums that are allowed are quarterly payments, semi-annual payments, which is every 6 months, or annually, which is every year. So you can decide that I'm going to be paying my premiums every 3 months, or every 6 months, or every year. And the payments can be made at a Paymaster island-wide, or a Sagicor Life, or if you have your Sagicor rep. You cannot get it better than this, guys. It is, when I looked at the plan, what it offers. And let me give you a little insight based on the experience that I had this week. I have someone that supplies me with seafood. And I have been interested in talking to the fisher folks and farmers for a while, because if they're not familiar with what is available, they're not able to utilize what is available in terms of information. So ground them and reason with them. And the experience that I had this week was when I went around a particular fishing village, the word that is popular this week is called bends. And some of you might be familiar with it. When I heard him talk about bends, immediately the automobile comes to mind. But it is an illness that affects them a lot when they go out deep diving. And if they come up to a certain level, bubbles are, they inhale that bubble from the tank that is on their back, and it goes into their bloodstream. And you have some of them who are not able to walk for the rest of their life. They're in a wheelchair. So the recent case this week was a 21-year-old who has to be getting that, well, you said decompression, getting it out of his bloodstream to see if he'll be able to walk. So at this point in time, he's not able to walk, not able to use the hands. Now, that was real for me. This is someone who is not married yet, no children, 21, he's a baby. But he is hard at work trying to make a living and to build that generational wealth that when the times come for family, he'll be able to maintain, able to take care of his family. And here comes his illness because of his livelihood. So I am so proud and honored to be selling this product to our farmers and our fisher folks because they need it. The treatment, based on my discussion with them up to yesterday, they had to pay for the first treatment, which happened the day after he had the incident, which was on Wednesday, it happened, was $130,000. Some had to pay at some point $150,000, but what the family told me was $130,000. When I was speaking to them yesterday, they called the place which is located in St. Anne. I'll get that name if anybody is interested. That does it. I think it's the only one in the island. And they said he had to go in a second time. He was now there. And the procedure, based on the timing that the family gave me was 5.5 hours. He had to be in there and he had to go back yesterday. That's another $130,000. The family is located in the parish of St. Catherine. So they have to think about toll, gas, or transportation, plus that 130. Now they're at $260,000. And if he has to do a third one, it is going to be another $130,000. Now that is a lot of money to be forking out all at once to deal with this illness, to make sure that he's able to walk again, to make sure that he has a normal life. When I looked at what the card covers that is being offered now, it is 80% of the reasonable cost. So the card pays 80% and you, the insurer, will pay the balance 20%. So when they calculated it, at the time they told me it was 150. I said, wow, the card would pay 130,000 and you would pay 20. They were excited. And I am so happy to be a part of those solutions. I don't know about you. Yes, when it comes to insurance, we have so much fallacies or superstitions or quirks where it is concerned, and you're just selling because, you know, me no one dead and you're selling because you are going to earn. Yes, it is my livelihood. It is my job. But it's also something that I enjoy doing, to know that I'm helping a family member or children or a dependent or someone that is disabled, whomever it is. I am replacing an income. You know how much they could have used $120,000 or that 260,000 as it stands to do something else? And if he had children or a wife, they would have to find that money, and that could have been, you know, put into some investment or education fund for the children. I'm just saying, if we have these eventualities happen and we have the safety net to take care of those, and the offering that is taking care of those, why don't we take that opportunity? Then we wait for the situation to arise, and then we said, if we didn't know. Now, as I said before, the period for which no medical is required is between the 1st of March, which is March. Now we're at the 15th, so we're 14 days, into March, and it ends on the 31st of May. Do not wait for the last minute. I can be contacted here, as I said before, or if you know of anyone that you think that this would be very important to them and their family. Oh, and another thing, not only can the fisher folk or the fishermen insure themselves, they can also insure their spouse and their dependents. So children and your spouse, your significant other, your common law wife or husband can also be insured. It is a beautiful package. Now, for those of you who would want to have your one-on-one discussion with me to go into details of all of what the plan offers and what it means to have personal accident, or what is a critical illness coverage, although I have done so numerous times, what a critical illness coverage insurance is and life insurance, I don't have a problem going over it and to explain what the card offers. And if you want me to email the information to you, that can be accommodated too. The enrollment form can also be emailed to you, and you can drop it off at a Sagicor office, or rather, for farmers who are registered on the RADA, it can be dropped off at the office, and for the fisher folks who are registered under their FIA, the Fisheries something authority. You guys know what that is. So you have to register. Your IDs have to be current in terms of valid. So if it is expired, guys, I'll say for you persons in St. Catherine, find Nikki now. And for those of you who have someone that you have contact with personally in the office, get your ID sorted out in terms of your registration and get on board. I was able, let me give you a synopsis, to sell a client yesterday, which is a new client. She's a fisher folk mother, and I was able to sell her a package yesterday for $27,200, which gave her the comprehensive health card, comprehensive one, and I gave her some life insurance, not for herself, but for herself, common law spouse, and children. So you guys, as I've always said before, you know how much the income is. You know how much is coming in, and you know how much is it that your expenses are, your utilities, whatever it is that you're spending on a monthly basis, you are able to subtract that amount and decide of what is left. I have 50,000 left. I have 100,000 left. I have 200,000 left. Of that money, how much is it that you want to contribute to some insurance for yourself and your family? Take it from there, guys. Take it from me. You will you will find out sometimes when you need insurance that it's too late. You don't want to have that happening. So you want to make sure that you put it in place, so when death should occur or premature death should occur, you have it in place. If you need to go to the doctor or the dentist or the optician, or you need to do an ECG or ultrasound, or ladies who are still in their childbearing years, whether it is you're going to have it natural birth or C-section, also if there's a miscarriage, there's benefits on the card. For those of you who think that what if it is that I'm diagnosed with cancer or stroke or heart attack or loss of speech, loss of hearing, or what if it is of accident, I lose an arm or a leg or eyesight or hearing, what is it that is out there for me to benefit from? This is the one for you. And for my other clients who doesn't fall under the category as a fisher folk or farmer, then we have other insurance for you, personal insurance. And for the fisher folks, the only thing I'm seeing not included in your package is the option to have a savings on the policy or investment option, but you're left out. If you feel that you want to have that, and you also want to add some investment to your portfolio or some savings, that can be accommodated. But this health package and life package is specifically for you. And if you're calling and ask about it, it is called the Agri Care. I want to congratulate my company again, Sagicor, along with the government of Jamaica, for looking out for our farmers and our fisher folk, which are the producers of what we consume. So I am happy now that you guys are covered, and this has been for a long time coming, that you guys thought more or less we had forgotten you. Now it is here. Now you need to take the opportunity in terms of insuring yourself, your significant other, and your family. So what is needed? Your ID, once you're registered with RADA or FIA, and also your government's ID or TRN. So if it's a driver's license, I don't need a TRN. If it's your national ID and passport, then of course we will need a TRN to be accompanied with that. And then you would list on it who's the agent who spoke to you, your ID information, one-page application, no medical required up to the 31st of May. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you once again for joining me this and every Sunday right here on my page on YouTube. Remember to subscribe. Remember to like the video. Remember to invite your friends and your family. There's still the Facebook, where I'll have little nuggets for you on Facebook and Instagram. But as for the live on a Sunday, this is where it's at. I want to expand and I want to grow. Also, remember to observe the protocols. Remember the washing of the hands. Remember to wear your mask. And remember, you see, right in the background there, mask has become a part of the key holder in the household. So we don't forget when we're leaving the house. So that's where it's at. So make sure that you're wearing your mask. Remember to watch your distance. And guys, be kind and be understanding to one another. When someone asks you to give them some space and to excuse them, please don't find it offensive. They're trying to protect themselves and they're trying to protect you. The numbers are crazy. It's not just an overseas thing now, but Jamaica, our numbers are not looking good. Our death toll is climbing. So guys, do what it takes to keep safe and to keep your family safe. Guys, thank you once again. Love you guys. Remember to walk good. Of course, the guests will be coming on YouTube too, where they're able to share on their pages. So YouTube is expanding in all areas. So remember to join here at 4 p.m. Remember, guys, to walk good. Love upon yourself, love upon your family and your friends. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon. I so do intend to. Walk good.